If you stopped eating sugar today, your body would start changing faster than you think. If you stopped eating sugar today, your body would begin adjusting almost immediately, even if you don't notice it at first. Blood sugar spikes reduce, insulin levels calm down, and your metabolism starts shifting away from constant glucose dependence. These internal changes happen long before visible results appear. The body is highly adaptive, and removing a major stimulant like sugar sends a strong signal. The speed of this response surprises most people because the most important changes happen internally first, not on the scale or in the mirror.
The first few days felt normal. Then something strange happened. At first, nothing seems different. Energy feels familiar, habits continue, and you may question whether removing sugar matters at all. Then subtle changes appear. Focus dips slightly. Mood shifts. The body realizes something it relied on is missing. This delayed reaction confuses people, making them think something is wrong. In reality, this lag is your metabolism recognizing a change in fuel availability and beginning the process of adjustment.
Headaches, cravings, and irritability, it felt like withdrawal. Headaches, cravings, and irritability often show up because sugar directly affects dopamine and blood glucose regulation. When sugar is removed, the brain temporarily struggles to maintain balance. This reaction feels like withdrawal because biologically it is one. The body has adapted to frequent sugar hits, and removing them creates a short-term imbalance. This phase isn't damage or failure, it's the nervous system recalibrating to a more stable state.
Sugar doesn't just add calories, it hijacks systems. Sugar impacts far more than calorie intake. It influences insulin release, dopamine signaling, appetite regulation, and energy storage. Frequent sugar consumption trains the body to expect rapid energy, pushing it toward fat storage and unstable hunger patterns. Over time, these systems become less responsive, requiring more sugar for the same effect. This is why sugar feels harmless at first, but disruptive long-term. It slowly rewires how your body manages fuel and reward.
When sugar disappears, that cycle finally gets a break. Once sugar is removed, insulin spikes decrease and blood sugar levels stabilize. This gives metabolic systems a chance to reset. Fat becomes more accessible as fuel. Hunger signals calm down, and energy stops swinging wildly. The body no longer needs to constantly correct extreme highs and lows. This break allows hormones and enzymes involved in metabolism to function more efficiently instead of staying in constant damage control mode.
This isn't weakness, it's recalibration. Feeling tired or uncomfortable after removing sugar is often mistaken for weakness. In reality, it's recalibration. The body is shifting from quick glucose dependency to more efficient energy systems. Muscles, liver, and brain are relearning how to use stored energy properly. This transition requires adjustment, not motivation. Understanding this prevents people from quitting too early and mistaking progress for a problem.
Hunger becomes quieter. Not gone, just calmer. Without sugar-driven spikes and crashes, hunger signals become more stable. Meals last longer. Cravings soften, and the constant urge to snack fades. This doesn't mean appetite disappears, it becomes predictable and manageable. Stable blood sugar reduces the emergency hunger response that sugar creates. As a result, eating feels intentional instead of reactive, making portion control and consistency easier without relying on willpower. Sugar interferes with deep sleep. Sugar consumption, especially later in the day, raises insulin and cortisol levels that interfere with deep sleep cycles. When sugar is removed, the nervous system can relax more fully at night. People often fall asleep faster and wake up feeling more rested. Improved sleep enhances recovery, hormone balance, and mental clarity, amplifying the benefits of removing sugar beyond diet alone.
Inflammation drops, skin clears, puffiness fades. Sugar increases inflammation by triggering immune responses and water retention. Removing it reduces swelling in tissues, joints, and the face. Skin often appears clearer as inflammatory markers decrease. Puffiness fades because insulin-driven water retention lowers. These visible changes are not cosmetic tricks. They're signs that internal stress levels are decreasing and the body is entering a more balanced state. By week 3, taste buds reset. After a few weeks without sugar, taste sensitivity increases. Foods that once seemed bland now taste richer and sweeter naturally. This happens because constant sugar dulls taste receptors. When it's removed, the brain recalibrates pleasure responses. This shift makes whole foods more satisfying and reduces the desire for overly sweet flavors, reinforcing long-term habit change.
Mental clarity improves. Energy stabilizes. Without constant dopamine spikes from sugar, mental focus becomes steadier. Energy no longer crashes midday, and concentration improves. Mood swings decrease as blood sugar stabilizes. This clarity isn't stimulation, it's balance. Many people describe feeling normal again, realizing how much sugar was quietly disrupting their mental state without them noticing. By day 30, the biggest change isn't physical, it's control. After 30 days, the most powerful shift is psychological. Food stops controlling decisions. Cravings no longer dictate behavior. Eating becomes a choice instead of a reaction. This sense of control builds confidence and consistency, making long-term change possible without restriction or stress. You're no longer reacting, you're deciding. At this stage, sugar no longer drives impulses. You can choose when and why to eat it, instead of responding automatically. This awareness changes your relationship with food permanently. The body is calmer, the mind is clearer, and decisions feel intentional. That's the real transformation, not avoidance, but control.